Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rewind by Affinity Streaming. I'm Contrell, joined as always by Charlie. How are you, Charlie?
Good. How you doing?
Amazing. Thank you.
Always amazing, right?
Always amazing. Yep. Um, Today's movie is called Bent, 1997, rated NC-17, runtime of 1 hour, 44 minutes. You have a problem with the rating?
No, I mean it matches pretty well.
Imagine. And spoilers are ahead. A gay man is sent to a Nazi concentration camp and falls in love with a fellow prisoner. Before we get deep into this movie, let's remind you guys about our social networks. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We are at Affinity Streaming, so we'd appreciate a like, follow, subscribe. Thanks very much. So Bent, directed by Sean Mathis.
Did he direct other things? I don't recognize the name.
He was a play guy. He did a lot of plays and shows and like I felt this play like it was a play like right off the beginning. It just felt like a play.
Yeah, especially the
Um,
opening scene, that party where everyone's kind of like has like a role to play.
yeah. Um, I saw it on Tubi. It's currently streaming there, starring Clive Owen, 72 audience on no 72 critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 77 audience, and a 6.6 on Film Affinity.
Yeah.
This is a first watch rewatch. Have you ever heard of this movie?
No, I never heard of it until you told me.
Yeah.
Why this movie?
So it had a lot of big names in it. I'd never heard of it. I've never seen it. I don't know how I came across it, but I just saw all the names,
Yeah.
the big names, and I was like, oh, let me add this to the list of things to watch. And it just so happened to coincide with Rewind by Affinity Streaming. So,
Yeah.
so we watched it. Uh, so go ahead and tell me your just broad overview of what you thought of the movie.
Ah, I don't know. I think I liked it. It was really interesting. I mean, it was better than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like one of those like kind of Oscar bait movies where
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
just like yelling and crying all the time. You know? But
yeah,
like no, it was like it felt it felt different. It felt like a the director had like a specific vision and like the people because like everything felt like flat is the wrong word. It's like everyone's acting in a certain way. Like it has like its own like style to it.
yeah. It felt
I
like
guess kind of
theater.
like a play. I guess they're kind of acting like it's a play.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I it was very interesting. Lots of stuff going on
yeah.
and digging deeper into the history behind the whole thing. It just took me down so many Nazi rabbit holes that I just like it's crazy. Uh,
That's not
yeah,
something you should say.
yeah, that's not. Yeah, I mean, it was just
Oh
let's
yeah,
get
we
it.
go off the Nazi rabbit hole.
Let's get it straight, man. Fuck the Nazis, okay? Let's
Yeah.
get that
Okay.
straight first before we go any further.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways.
So basically, Clive Owen is this partying gay dude in the I guess 1930s Berlin.
Yeah. Yeah. That party was like really weird. I couldn't tell if it's supposed to be like the director was stylizing it, or that's supposed to be like the in universe. It's just that fucking weird. You know.
Yeah, it
Couldn't
seemed like they
tell.
were like partying on bomb debris and like
Yeah, like that's why I
just
was like, is this like a
abandoned
real?
buildings.
Is this like a like in movie? Is it like really happening like that in the movie, or is this just like the director is just being stylized that
Yeah,
weird, and the party's acting weird too? It's like I couldn't
yeah,
tell.
it'd be a good question for him. I
Yeah.
guess we should mention it's based on the 1979 play of the same name
Okay.
by
Okay.
Martin Sherman, who
Okay.
also wrote the screenplay for this. Yeah, it definitely felt like theater, like a play.
Yeah. Kind of like a dream too, where everything's kind of
it
dreamy
did feel
almost.
like he was dreaming in that
Yeah,
sequence.
yeah,
So apparently he lives with this little boyfriend, but he brought home an officer
yeah,
of the Nazis of the SA who was
yeah.
Jamie Lannister. I don't know if you recognized him
No,
uh,
I didn't recognize
from
that.
Game of Thrones. That was Jamie Lannister. He brought home.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't
Uh,
recognize. He didn't really talk very much,
yeah.
so.
I don't even know his real name. I just remember Jamie Lannister.
Oh,
It's like uh,
I had it for like a half a
Nikolai's,
second, like
yeah,
a half second.
Nikolai's
Nikolai
co-star or something.
Cold. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I can see it in my head, but I can't
yeah,
say it.
yeah.
You know?
Um, so apparently this is based on a real night that happened called the Night of the Long Knives, when Hitler ordered the assassination of a bunch of SA officers who were gay, who were
Oh,
openly like, yeah, who were like openly gay, and he like, I guess got was like, all right, enough of this. He tolerated it for a while, but then he was
yeah.
just like, all right.
Yeah, I
Um,
guess that one he didn't want them anymore.
yeah, I guess he was like, ah, they're not useful.
Yeah.
So they kill the guy in the apartment.
Yeah, I was
It's,
like, I was kind of just, yeah, because you start this off and you're like, oh, this is like a weird party. Like, what's going on? Oh, there's some like love triangle going on. Oh, there's some jealousy. And then suddenly this guy's throat gets cut and there's blood everywhere. And I'm like, whoa, oh my God, what's happening? Holy shit.
uh,
Like, yeah, like
nice.
the Nazis burst into the room and they grab him and they just cut his throat. And it's just like
Yeah,
really shocking. There's no like this is a movie that doesn't like pull any punches like at all.
right. There's a lot of like material that's just like
Yeah.
not for faint of heart.
Yeah, yeah, and they don't. It's not like overly grotesque. It's just like, I mean, I presume that's what a cut throat would be like, just that spurt of blood.
Yeah. Um. So
Terrible.
yeah. So they go on the run, and I
Yeah.
guess Ian McKellen, who you recognize, right?
Oh, of course I recognized him.
He was his
He's
uncle.
hard
Oh,
not to recognize.
we skipped Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger was in it too as the he was like
Yeah,
somebody at the party.
yeah. I didn't understand what his.
What his
Oh
role
wait,
was?
is it the party, or are you talking about the guy that they went to right after they ran away?
Yeah, him. Yeah, him too.
Okay.
He was there. Yeah, Mick
Okay.
Jagger. Yeah,
Okay.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
It's a
I didn't
band. Yeah,
recognize
yeah.
him. I
I didn't
apologize.
recognize. Yeah, yeah. That was Mick
I'm just
Jagger.
confused because like they go to him like, are they? Was he supposed to like give them something to help them get away, or
I guess they were asking him for help to escape.
yeah?
I guess they went to him first, and then they end up going to his Ian McKellen later.
Well, I guess that guy. I guess he didn't really help them. He was just like, well, he didn't report. He didn't turn them in. I guess for
Yeah,
the help he was willing to give.
and he like burned up his little shack
Little
of clothes. I guess he was
yeah,
a cross dresser
yeah.
or a drag queen.
Yeah, but that was another thing that seemed like almost like a dreamlike because his like shack of clothes is just like it's in the middle of like a ruined building or like on the like a ruined city.
Yeah,
Like someone would have seen that. Someone would like I don't know. It's just like
yeah,
things like that where it's like oh, it's just like the kind of thing you would have in a play or a theater, I guess. You know.
exactly,
But yeah, I thought
exactly.
that was interesting because like the guy's like pretending to be straight basically. He's
Right.
they because they're walking through like this alley with all these prostitutes. He's like, I fucked all of them, you know. Yeah, I guess like you gotta
um,
do what you gotta do, you know.
and one of the prostitutes was Rachel Weisz, also. So
Not really.
of the Mummy fame, you know Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
recognize.
you didn't recognize. They were all young, like just
Yeah,
super young.
and plus they didn't really say anything. They were just there
Yeah,
for like
no lines. There's,
seconds.
it's like they owed somebody a favor.
Well, maybe it was like an
And
early call.
one of the like troops that killed Jamie Lannister was Jude Law. Did you recognize him?
No, Jesus.
No. Yeah, exactly. That's why I picked this movie. There's so many big names.
But like, okay, but like a lot of those big names, like they're not even in the movie, really.
They're not. Yeah, they're just like, oh, this is my first movie. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's funny. But
Yeah,
yeah, now you're like, oh wow, Jude Law's in the movie, and he's really
yeah.
not.
He's not. Yeah. Also with the other one I recognized was the Vision, Paul Bettany, who plays the
Oh,
Vision in Scarlet Witch and Vision, or what's it
what
called,
is he?
WandaVision. He was one of the Nazi captains too.
Oh, okay,
I don't know which one, but
okay.
so yeah, so Ian McKellen says I can
Yeah,
help you, but I'm not helping your boyfriend.
yeah. That's like his uncle or something, or
Yeah, his
his
uncle.
lawyer or something like that. I was a little unsure.
According to Wikipedia, is his uncle Freddie.
Okay.
Um, so he's not leaving his boyfriend, which is surprising to me because he didn't seem like the type who cared about actually cared about that kid.
Yeah, it was unclear. That kid was kind of annoying, I thought.
Very, very annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like they
Uh,
lived in like a can, like a steel drum in like the woods.
like a yeah, like a big pipe in the woods. They're
Yeah.
living.
Well,
Uh,
it was like one of those oil drums or something, you know? It's like
I don't
shit.
know what it was.
But it was like, wouldn't you just more comfortable sleeping on the ground?
Yeah, like it just seems
It's
like.
like all like round and curved.
But I guess they wanted to be protected from the
Yeah.
elements in the
Yeah, I
thing.
guess.
Um, so they eventually get caught
Yeah.
and they're put on the train,
Yeah, this is where
and
like okay,
that's
so like before it was kind of before that point, before they get caught, it's like almost I don't call it whimsical, but it's got that like piano and like the violins going. And it's kind of like, oh, we're just escaping, everything's fine. That's kind of
yeah,
it's almost kind of like a oh, everything's gonna kind of work out feeling. And then they get caught, and like it's just immediately like a hard left, and it's like all just depressing horribleness.
yes, yes, it was.
Yeah, it was
And that
really
started with the little boyfriend getting beaten up, and
yeah,
then
like the scene where they like having him just smash his glasses just because you know that's
yeah,
like like you really get a sense of like how much like power they have, so they and like how like petty they are. They're just there's like no reason for it. It's just
yeah,
to show that they can, you know. So they
fucking
have him just
Nazis.
take his glasses off and like stomp on them, but they're gonna kill him anyway. So it's just like so fucked up on so many
It was
levels.
putting on a show for the other prisoners to keep them in line, I believe,
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
But so they beat him up and they force Clive Owen to beat him up.
yeah.
Um,
While
and then they
everyone
just
like he denies that he knows him at all.
yeah, yep, and they throw him off the train.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's like I like the scene where he's like talking with the other prisoner and he just keeps repeating like it isn't happening, like over and over
yeah,
again, you know. And the guy
yeah,
that's like stuck with me because the guy's like, oh, he hasn't a chance. He wore glasses. It's like that was enough. That was enough to get him
yeah.
killed. It's like God
Cause you
damn.
got to be perfect, man. You got to be a
Yeah,
perfect blonde hair, blue eyed Nazi.
yeah. But I think this was intentional. The guy, the officer who's doing it, he wore glasses.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so I think that's like an intentional thing, just like the hypocrisy, right? Where it's just like plus, and on top of that, like they have like gay officers still, and it's just like okay, like
Yeah, we're in denial, I guess,
yeah,
or
yeah,
um. So they get to the camp. So Max was annoying at this point. He just like kept pestering that dude, like, I'm gonna live. And like following him. And I'm like, leave that guy alone, man. He's just trying to like live out his days.
well, he did save him, so because otherwise Max would have tried helping him, and then he would be dead too.
Yeah, that's true. He was just like, don't do anything.
Yeah, that was like
Um,
a powerful scene. I felt.
yeah, and the whole scene, like with him trying to prove he's not gay with the little girl, was like
Yeah,
fucked up too. It was just
yeah. That was the point where I was like, okay, this is like almost like over the top. Where it's like, okay, like
yeah, that was one of the things I thought was over the top. And then there's the scene where they're just like what they were standing next to each other and just having like verbal sex. Like I don't know what to call that. Like I want to say phone sex, but they weren't on the phone. They were
yeah,
just like
oral sex.
yeah, or
That's already a word that.
yeah. No, I don't think that was. But yeah, that went on a little too long for me. But
Yeah.
It was fine.
That was
So
fine.
so Max falls in love with this guy,
Yeah,
um, who
but
I
like
know I'm going to butcher his
yeah,
name.
there was a lot of stuff going on. I mean, mostly when they're at the prison, it's mostly just they just do menial jobs,
Yeah, the
menial
moving the
pointless jobs.
rocks.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
the
the stuff
boyfriend's name
when
is
they're killing people.
Lothair Bloteau. Lothair Bloteau.
Yeah, they're going
I
into
have
the
no idea.
prison and like they have all these scenes of this like people just going about their daily lives. There's like the couple just having a picnic while they watch these prisoners go by.
Yeah, and the kids swimming in the
Yeah, and it's just like
lake.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
Like the contrast, it's just like horrible.
yeah. So I guess Max is doing favors for the officers and getting money.
Yeah. Well, he said
So
from his
he,
uncle,
yeah, I think he lied about that
maybe. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I think in the
because he
beginning,
got the medicine the same way. He was like, he went to the officer, and then the officer gave him medicine, and I think that's when the whole plan fell apart because the officer realized the other guy was sick and it
yeah.
wasn't Max. So I don't think his uncle was sending. Would they let you send money? It's not like a regular prison. Would they let a family member send you money?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's unclear. I just took it at face value that like,
No, he
but
was
then
lying. He was doing favors.
maybe.
I think
Yeah.
that was my takeaway.
Yeah, maybe. I did think it was weird that I was sending him money
Yeah.
because like they like I feel like the Nazis would have looked at that as like oh maybe his uncle's part of it too or something. You know?
Yeah, and then brought his uncle into the camp. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, I don't know.
Um. Yeah. So anyway, he finds out that he's not sick and he's been giving the medicine to the guy with the cough. So then he has to make an example.
Yeah,
Um. So I guess he wants to make it seem like the guy was escaping. He made him throw his hat on the fence,
yeah,
and then of course they killed him.
yeah,
And then he realized, oh, I did love him.
yeah, yeah. It's really that scene was pretty dark too, where he's like
Yeah.
because like the fence is electrified,
Right.
and so he knows if he grabs the his hat he'll die. And so he just and you know he does this like little signal that like they
Yeah.
established that he says like oh if I do this it means I
It
love you.
means I love you. Yeah.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
does
he
that.
did the right thing. I would have probably tried to rush the guard too and just, yeah, I know I'm gonna die anyway, so why not take somebody with me?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so I thought the powerful moment was when he put on the shirt with the pink triangle and
yeah, yeah. That
switched
was a
it
big
out.
thing that we kind of glossed over. Is he managed to like he's like hiding his sexuality to be a Jew because that prisoner told him that the lowest are like the gay people. So he was like, oh, at least I'm a Jew, and so he was like doing his best to pretend that he wasn't gay. And so he was trying to like resist that he was in love and all that stuff, especially because his boyfriend had been like he had to kill him, like you know. So
Yeah.
he was trying to like
Yeah.
just hide that and repress that as much as he could.
Yeah. So the I guess he realizes he loved him. He's proud to be gay, and then he
Yeah,
kills
well,
himself on
I
the
don't know.
fence,
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know if you can say proud. Mostly just like
acknowledging.
yeah, acknowledging it. He's like done like hiding it about it, and
Yeah.
he just wants to I don't know be free. I guess in the only way he
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. So this film was originally released November 26, 1997. Um, it was directed by Sean, as we said,
Yeah,
Sean Mathis. It only made like $500,000 in the box office, but I don't think this was a movie they wanted to like make money from.
no, I don't
Um,
see it. It was NC-17. I don't see how it could make
yeah,
money.
yeah. It won an award at Cannes Film Festival, and it won Best Feature Film at the Torino Gay and Lesbian Film Festival in
Cool.
1998.
I mean,
The
pretty good. You know,
Yeah, it
well
was
acted.
entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah, well acted.
Moral of the story is Nazis suck. That's just what we we gleaned from this.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to like, I mean, go down the whole Night of the Long Knives thing, it's pretty crazy. Like Hitler just organized this thing where he just like assassinated all these officers on this one night. Like caught them in hotel rooms and stuff with like 18-year-old boys and just like
Wow.
wiped them out. So that's the wormhole I went down today.
Wow. I did
And
not know that.
yeah, it's crazy. All right. Anything else you want to mention on this movie?
Um. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was just like a really interesting movie. And
Very
like I don't know,
interesting.
I guess I'm glad I watched it. You know, I don't know if I. It's hard to like recommend it. I mean, it's a
Yeah, it's not for
Holocaust
everyone.
movie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not for everyone.
yeah, but
But it's interesting. If you are interested, if you are great film people like me and Charlie, you have to see it.
no,
Yeah, so and
I think it's
that's the
definitely
cool thing, man. To introduce us to new stuff on that not new but old that we may have missed,
yeah,
and now we bring it back on
yeah, and
rewind.
I'm glad we watched it. Like I said, it's just yeah, it was a
You're
hard
welcome.
movie to watch at times, but I think it was a good one to watch. You know,
Yeah. So basically, you're saying thank you, Control. You're welcome, Charlie.
yeah.
Um, Charlie, do you have a movie for next week?
No, it'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise. Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us. We appreciate you as always. Um, we will see you next time on Rewind by Affinity Streaming. For Charlie, I'm Control. Take care. Have a good day.